a lecturer from UiTM Segamat, Dr. Nurul Adira, and a very good day I wish to Dr. Aina from UiTM Puncak Alam and Dr. Yasmin Syahada from UiTM Seremban 3. Today, we would like to highlight a topic that is quite interesting and related to economic, which is National Economic Regeneration Plan, or in short, Penjana for entrepreneurs in Malaysia. I guess we have our own point or opinion to elaborate it. And I would like to give an honor to Dr. Yasmin to give out her point or opinion about this topic.
Thank you to Dr. Nurul Adira. Assalamualaikum and very good afternoon. I bid to all the panels and beloved audience. I am very honored to deliver some benefit information on our forum today. Actually, we can see the qualities of Malaysian leaders by looking at our country have succeeded in executing their duty as a good leader. The current situation in our country, if the situation of our country is at an encouraging level, this means that leaders who lead our country have succeeded in executing their duty as a good leader. Government highlighted the concerns and obstacles that people encountered around the country during the epidemic COVID-19 and is implementing a 6-step solution, and it begins with resolve, resilience, restart, recovery, revitalize and reform. Penjana is the government's strategy for the 4th phase of 6 phases or 6R in addressing the challenges of COVID-19. Malaysian Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin on 2020 announced the short-term National Economic Recovery Plan Penjana, which is Pelancaran Semula Ekonomi Negara, that has 40 initiatives worth 35 billion. The issues that exist in this policy are economic instability. Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin's existing initiative in addressing the economic crisis reveals many flaws, particularly during the difficult time of COVID-19. For example, the economic stimulus package, also known as Penjana, has several major flaws that may be overlooked due to its short-term nature. When UNICEF and UNFPA conducted a survey in December 2020 during the Conditional Movement Control Order (CMCO), they discovered that the socio-economic situation of almost half of the household had deteriorated. UNICEF Malaysia 2021. The economic stimulation package major weakness is that it doesn't precisely specify any strategic planning that the government may implement the post-epidemic era of COVID-19 in order to improve the norm of living for every income level of household and members and stabilize national economic development. Subsequently, lease financing for business development, financing for business expansion is one of the policy problems that exists. The small and medium enterprise SMEs can be badly affected during a crisis because of difficulty in accessing resources and inadequate liquidity, according to IGARS 2020. Despite the fact that the difficulties in obtaining financial assistance may have eased during the COVID-19 epidemic due to government stimulus packages offering low-interest loans, liquidity remains a major concern for small and medium enterprise SME. Most SMEs are then more vulnerable and no longer viable when revenue falls below operating costs. Last but not least, unemployed person increased impact of the COVID-19. The retail industry is highly labor intensive and disruptions have a disproportionately negative impact on employment. The sector also relies on low wage and part-time, on-call and gig workers that are not well covered by traditional social protection measures, which further strengthen the social consequences of the crisis in this sector. The effect of social distancing measures on individual retail businesses depend on whether they are deemed essential. According to ILO 2020, the pandemic affected sectors are wholesale and retail trade such as repair of motor vehicles and motorcycles, manufacturing, real estate, business and administrative activities and accommodation and food services. The 3 main goals of the Penjana Short-Term Economic Recovery Plan (ERP) are empower people, businesses and stimulate the economy. Empower People is a campaign in which the government raises awareness about the suffering endured by individuals affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. So, the implementation of Penjana as government aims to save jobs and promote employment while also ensuring that people have enough to live on. As an example, The Empower People target groups include the B40 community, students particularly in rural areas and the urban poor. Next is stimulate the economy, where the government sends signals to the world that our country is available for business following the COVID-19 epidemic in early 2020. So the government has identified numerous opportunities for economic growth, even though we must adapt to the new form and new norm. For example, Malaysia government launched Malaysia has an attractive horizon for businesses as part of Penjana initiative to entice international investors to come and do business in our country. And last but not least is business recovery, a government initiative aimed at taking a holistic approach to assisting businesses, including large SME and micro that have been impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. Most businesses, particularly SMEs and micro businesses, must take a left turn by closing their doors because they cannot survive the pandemic. Following the movement control order, the government decided to reopen the economy sector, but approximately 60% of businesses had difficulty restarting and 66% of businesses experienced a drastic drop in demand, making it difficult to recover the businesses and contributing to the rise in unemployment. As an example, the government acts as a help to any business that requires assistance in rebuilding their business, including campaigns and other activities.
Thank you to Dr. Yasmin for explaining to us about the issue and the objective of this policy. Now I would like to talk about the changes in implementing this policy. In the year of 2018 and 2019, small business in Malaysia have faced financial challenges such as limited access to financing, high operation costs and cash flow issues. And this get worse when the COVID-19 hits in 2020. The COVID-19 epidemic has had a significant impact on the small company sectors. A period JPMC Institute Analysis estimate the impact in the weeks following the declaration of a national emergency on March 13, 2020, and as numerous states issued stay-at-home orders restricting many enterprises. Even large businesses companies have reported that they may not survive more than 2 months. Small business may struggle for even shorter period due to a lack of savings. Due to pandemic purchasing, the demand for food in the community increased through the MCO, and due to the shutdown of key support sectors, including retail, transportation, and food services, local farmers suffered agricultural produce dumping. The agricultural supply chain was also impacted by a lack of agricultural supplies and manpower. The insufficiency of food storage facilities has exacerbated the problem, causing agricultural products to suffer. Since the March 2020 implementation of the Movement Control Order, the government has proactively launched several initiative under the Prihatin Rakyat Economy Stimulus Package, which is Prihatin, the National Economic Recovery Plan, Bencana, and the People's Protection and Economic Recovery Package, PEMERI. It is to minimize the impact of COVID-19 and redevelop the country's economic growth. In addition to promoting domestic investment and job creation, the Bencana SME financing scheme under this policy assists affected small enterprise by offering financial and other sort of help to keep their businesses function. It provides low interest loan and funding choices to assist SMEs in overcoming the obstacle of the COVID-19 epidemic and promoting economic recovery. The plan intends to make the finance more accessible to SMEs, allowing them to continue operating, retain workers and promote company growth. Tengku Datuk Seri Zafrul Abdul Aziz, the Finance Minister, revealed that the government had set aside 2 billion for this plan, which prioritized SMEs that had never received bank loan previously. Another initiative is Bencana Community at SME Bank. This initiative is a collaboration of the Ministry of Finance with SME Bank. It is a program that intends to support the economic activity of B40 micro entrepreneurs affected by the spread of COVID-19. The entrepreneurs that are chosen are receiving training and coaching and learn how to develop current enterprises using online platform and use social media more efficiently and effectively. Lastly, there is an initiative for a community of micro entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs from the B40 group that are involved in the agriculture and food production sectors to assist them in dealing with economic challenges during the pandemic. The initiative is called Agro Makanan Program, which is a financing facility scheme administered by Agrobank. The scope of funding under this program covers food production operations that include the full supply chains, beginning with the production of food resources such as agriculture, livestock, and fishing activities, processing, distribution, marketing, and food preparation services. Since the implementation of the National Economic Regeneration Plan, grants and loans together with other forms of financial assistance enable SMEs to continue operating and recover from the ravages of the epidemic. As of March 2021, the Bencana Small and Medium Enterprise a financing scheme had approved 7,205 applications worth 1.36 billion in loans. This loan has enabled small businesses owners affected by the pandemic to continue operating their business. They no longer have to waste time queuing and waiting in line to obtain a bank loan. In addition, Tan Sri Noor claimed that the second series of Bencana Community at SME Bank benefit 220 entrepreneurs from the B40 category, with 137 participants achieving a total business revenue of 4.03 million, a 73.52% increase above the initial target. All participants have their own business website, and 178 of them use a computerized accounting system to manage their operations. This policy seems to have had a positive impact for small business to continue their business in facing pandemic, especially financial challenges.
Thank you to Dr. Noor Akira for giving us a very good information about the changes in the implementation of National Economic Regeneration Plans. So now I want to share about challenges related during the process and resolution by the government in overcome the problem faced. Now I want to give information about challenges related to the process first. Firstly, lack of information about Bencana. According to reports from Berita Harian, the government's difficulty in executing the Bencana programs stems from the dearth of knowledge on it. Some individuals reportedly were unaware of Bencana's intentions. Tengku Datuk Sri Zafrul Tengku Abdul Aziz made the statement that the Ministry of Finance will keep acting proactively by hosting further field programs to learn about the requirements of the populace, particularly those impacted by the COVID-19 epidemic. They frequently travel on field tour to gather information, comprehend and develop government programs in order to direct additionally help. In addition, some people also live in distant areas or have a poor internet connection, so they are unaware that the policy even exists. Secondly, the company owner submitted counterfeit documents, the loss condition set by the government in the National Economic Recovery Plans. Bencana are the cause of irresponsible parties, including employers taking advantage of submitting false claims. This problem causes many applicants to take advantage of the loss condition set by the government by submitting applications for Bencana fund using false documents. Like the case that happens in Kuala Terengganu, a company owner was fined RM25,000 by the Kuala Terengganu Sections Court for 2 charges of falsifying document related to the National Economic Recovery Plans Bencana 1.0. Thirdly, difficult to apply the Bencana. To apply for Bencana, you need to follow the steps set by the government. This will make it difficult for applicants to apply for Bencana, especially for the elderly. It will be more complicated when this Bencana need to be applied for online. There are many elderly people who are not good at using gadget. Besides that, there are many business-related documents that need to be provided to apply for Bencana, such as business plans, name, address, and tax. You also need to provide personal financial statements such as tax returns, bank statements, credit cards bill, balance sheets, lease agreements, and list of business assets. Next, I want to give the resolution by the government in overcome the problem faced. The solution to solve the lack of information is spread the Bencana's information widely in many aspects. Every generation has its own distinct idea, opinion, and worldview. In order to disseminate information about Bencana to the youngest generation, it is imperative to employ a variety of channels, including website and social media such as Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Make interesting content, distribute infographic, and motivate readers to tell their network about it. This is because younger people are probably more likely to use social media. Furthermore, the older generation can use traditional media. The government ought to be more involved in newspaper and television news. This is a result of their lack of social media expertise. The older generation is more likely to watch television or newspaper like Cosmo and Berita Harian for news. The government also can do the program for them by working with pertinent organizations, running awareness campaign and interacting with the local community. Second solution is take legal action and implement special operation. If the owner of the business submitted fake paperwork, it's critical to handle the situation right away and take the necessary steps. For additional inquiry and resolution, we can report the matter to the appropriate law enforcement agency or other organizations. In order to preserve credibility and trust, it is essential to guarantee the authenticity and integrity of document. In addition, the government also implements special operation like Ops Hire. Ops Hire is implemented jointly between SOCSO and MEC with the aim of combating the embezzlement of government funds. Since this Ops Hire was implemented, many cases of misappropriations of government funds have been saved. This initiative led to the arrest of 47 company directors who were connected to the false claim case under Penjana Kerjaya. The last one is a loan moratorium is granted automatically in order to ensure that the Penjana stimulus package can be filled by citizens and businesses. Initiative plans under the package are designed to facilitate access to facilities. The loan moratorium is automatically granted to all without the need for individual or companies to apply and to enjoy the moratorium. Financial aid such as Bantuan Perhatian Nasional (BPN) also does not require re-application for those who submitted information previously, and new applicants can apply online with minimum requirements for documentations. To drive the implementation of small-scale projects, the government simplified the procurement process, including increasing the threshold value for procurement with quotation and the process of drawing works.
I think we have given our point or opinion about this economic policy. As we all know, COVID-19 has had a massive impact on all nations throughout the world. As Malaysia is under attack from COVID-19, the government must strengthen their existing restrictions and enact new ones. It is critical for the country because the government must put a stop to and restrict the number of occurrences by implementing the law and regulations that all residents are required to observe. The policy on which government are concentrating their effort to help small business is Penjana, the national government's proposed aid initiative for Malaysia. Penjana has several projects including e-Penjana, the wage subsidy program, and the Penjana Tourism Financial. The program's overall goal is to provide initiative and benefits to those affected by the movement control orders. However, we can conclude that this policy have an amazing impact to the small business in order to have them continuing their business, especially in facing pandemic.
I think we are at the end of our discussion. Until we meet again. Bye.